Hi guys, Candice here with some Australian accent tips for you today. And today we are going to be looking at all of the Aussie O's. So I need to start with a disclaimer here. I am not a qualified English teacher, not at this time anyway, and I'm also not a linguist. So the purpose of this video is less about giving you a solid English lesson and more about giving you ideas on things that you can try in your speech. Since the last video I put out, I've had a lot of questions because I invited them, but this question came up a lot, and so I decided to give it its own video because there is so much information to unpack. And the question is, how do I know which sound to use for the O's? Is it a long O sound? Is it a short O sound? Is it an OR sound? What's the rule? The very simple answer to that is that English sucks. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. There are general English rules that do take place in some of this, but as any English speaker knows, there are always exceptions to the rule in English. It is a really difficult language to learn. So if English is your second language, kudos to you. I don't envy you because it's really, really hard. That being said, the purpose of this video is to give you different options of sounds that might be used in these different letter combinations. So as we go through, I'm going to give you the sound and then give you the different letter combinations that might be used to create this sound. So that way, if in your learning or in your practice, you come across a word and you think, is this a long O? Is it a short O? Is it a oo? What type of sound is it? You can have a look at these different letter combinations and try them out. You know how sometimes you'll hear a word or you'll say a word and think, was that right? It has to be right. What else could it be? I'm giving you the other options of what it could be. So that's the purpose of this video. I hope it's helpful. I'm sure that you'll let me know if it's not. Oh, the internet. Okay, every single one of these sounds that I'm going to go through in this video, I have already explained and broken down in previous videos. So what I'll do is when we move on to each sound, I'll put the little link in the top corner of your screen. So if you don't know how to pronounce that particular sound, you can click on the link and it would take you to the video that does explain it, okay? So, the first obvious sound that comes with the letter O is the long O sound. So there are a few different letter combinations that can create this sound. The first is if the O is at the end of the word. Again, always exceptions to the rule in English, but that's a general rule. So examples in this case are words like no, go, and so. The vowel's at the end of the word, it's a single syllable word, and so that O is a long vowel sound. The next one is another general English rule. If you have two vowel sounds in one word and only a single consonant in between, then that second vowel affects the sound of the first vowel. So in words like Coke, the way that I learned it in elementary school or primary school was that the E jumps over the K and attacks the O, and it creates a long vowel sound, Coke. Other examples are photo, poker, alone, and spoke. The OA combination will also create a long O sound. Words like boat, float, soap, and coastal. Some OW combinations will create a long O sound. Words like know, snow, show, and own. Okay? So they are your long vowel sound options. I'm sure there's others. I'm sure that someone will also remind me of those ones that I've forgotten. So again, you guys, this is just a helpful video to help you in your practice to think of different ideas of what that word you're struggling with might sound like. Okay? The short O sound. So again, a general rule in English is that if you have a vowel in between two consonants and it's the only vowel in the word, it's usually a short vowel sound. So examples of this are words like not, stop, cop, lost, and sometimes it's at the beginning of a word too, of. Another general rule in English is that if a word ends in CK, it's usually a short vowel sound. Words like rock, sock, padlock, o'clock. Another general rule in English is that if a vowel is followed by two consonants, then it will be a short vowel sound. So in the case of the O, some examples are odd, stock, beyond, sorry, important word, sorry, and officer. There are exceptions to the rule. I cannot stress that enough. Sorry. See, important one, sorry. Okay? The long oo sound. Ooh. So, of course, the letter combination of double O will often use this long oo sound. So, examples will be words like hoop, loo, another word for toilet, loo, very important, booze, if you like to have an alcoholic drink, cartoon, and all of the twos use this sound. Two, two, and two, okay? And remember, this sound is also the long U sound. So words like tune, huge, true, and produce. They all use the long oo sound. Other letter combinations that will use the oo sound. EW, words like flu, stew, or chew. You might have a chewy stew. And then again, that general English rule, if the vowel is at the end of the word, then it's usually a long vowel sound. So in this case, the letter U, words like flu, menu, tofu, you, and fondue. I like a good fondue, especially chocolate. Sometimes UI is used for a long oo sound, words like fruit or suitcase. But just note that this one is a tricky one because it's really heavily influenced by any letters surrounding that combination. But if you have a word that you don't know how to pronounce, try the long oo sound if it uses that combo. Another combination is the OU combination. Usually that would be an ow sound, but sometimes it's an oo sound in words like group or soup. And the last one is the UE combo. Words like sue, tissue, or blue, my favorite color. So there's a lot of different letter combinations that will create that oo sound. So there's some options for you to try if you come across a word that you're stuck on. The next one is the short oo sound, so the short double O sound. Double O is a letter combo that would use this sound. Words like cook, foot, sook. If you don't know, a sook is someone who is complaining a lot or maybe crying over something small. If you have someone that cries a lot for no reason, you might call them a sook. It's not very nice. It's not a nice thing to say. Don't use that word. Rookie is another one. And school. Another short oo combination might be a UL combo. So words like bull, as in the animal, or fully. There's a lot of words that end in full or fully, and that's a sound. And then another combination, I think these are actually the only two words that I could think of that use this. OUL sometimes is an sound in words like could and would. Okay? Next one. There's a lot of these. The OR sound. If you don't know how to pronounce the OR sound, check out the link that's in the video right now, top corner. I'm not pointing to the corner because I don't know which corner it's going to show up in. I don't know if it's mirrored or reversed. You'll see it. Okay, the OR sound is usually used when an O is followed by an R, okay? So words like for, horse, pork, and order uses the OR sound. There are exceptions to that. I'm going to point out two exceptions just so it's not too confusing. If the OR combination is at the end of a word, so the OR are the last two letters in the word, this rule doesn't apply because in Australian English, if there's an R at the end of a word, we don't pronounce it and it becomes a schwa sound, which is just a ah. So, for example, manner. It's an OR at the end, but we don't pronounce it. The same with tutor or tutor, if you want to pronounce that T. Either way is correct. Or prior. And the second exception to that rule is in words where there is a double letter after the O. So words like worry or sorry, that becomes an O sound, a short O sound. All right? One more letter combo for the OR sound is O-A-R. So all of these are basically any long O that is followed by an R becomes an OR sound. Like in the word boat, a long O sound. If you put an R after the OA, it becomes OR. So for example, the word board. Raw is another one. And course. Some examples. Okay, next O sound for you is the OL combination. This is similar again. Any word that usually would use a long O sound, if you throw an L in there, it changes it to this OL sound combination. So, for example, the word stole, the general rule of English applies to that middle O. So it's not stole as in a short O sound. It's a longer O with an L. That E jumps over the L and attacks the O. Stole rather than stole. It's a really slight difference when the L's involved. Another one is cola. Cola. The O-A-L combination also sounds like this. Words like foal or goalie. Sometimes an O-U-L combination will also do this. So a word like mold or soul. And then single syllable words where the O is the only vowel. Words like old, cold, or hold will also use this OL sound, O-L. Two more to go. All right, we've got the OW combo, O-W. So different letter combinations that might use this sound are O-W, like in cow or down. And the other letter combos that might make this OW sound are OU combinations. So words like ouch, mouth, found, or hour. The ER combo. So in my last video, I went through different ER sound combinations because it's not just the ER that creates the sound in Australian English. So the words that use an O to create these sounds are words like word, work, worth or worthy, and worst. They create that or ER sound, okay? And just to confuse everyone further, there is one group of letters that can be pronounced using any of these sounds, and that letter combination is O-U-G-H. So, O-U-G-H, it's considered irregular for a reason. It can be a long O, like in the word dough or donut. It can be a short O, like in the word cough. It can also be an sound, like in the word tough. It can be a long oo sound, like in the word through. Or it can be an or sound, like the word thought. Okay? So, I'm sorry if the word that you're stuck on has an O-U-G-H combination. Try every single one of these sounds and see which one sounds right. You might need to ask a friend for some help with that one. I hope that this has answered some of your questions. English is not easy. If you're learning English as your second language, keep it up. It's really difficult. And I hope that if you do find a word that you're not quite sure how to pronounce, that these different options will give you different ideas of what you could try to find the correct sound. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if it was helpful to you. Because with this one, I'm not sure. I'll be honest. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next time. Bye!